We are just about an hour ahead of the NHL free agency getting underway, but we have a bunch of contracts already agreed. These ones are players staying with their existing teams, a bunch of extensions, including a couple of big ones in Vancouver. We'll discuss the latest contracts coming up next. Welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. As I mentioned, we have a flurry of contract signings this morning. We're not quite to free agency opening. We're still a little over an hour away, probably slightly less than that by the time this hits YouTube, but we have a bunch of contracts that have been signed this morning. These are all players staying with their existing clubs, so of course they don't have to wait for that free agent window to start. But we have a couple of big ones in Vancouver. Thatcher Demko has signed a 3-year contract at $8.5 million with a full no-move clause for the duration of the contract. Everything that we had heard about Demko and all the rumors around a potential extension working out with Vancouver was that it was going to be a 6-year deal, 5-6 years, like it was all longer term, and the AAV was going to be much lower. Clearly, that's not the case. Demko is if he's healthy and he's able to play and he can be normal Demko, this is a good contract. However, if the injuries persist, or if he's not able to be like, what he was before the last injury, that can be very problematic. Now, the other thing here is, regardless of Demko, they have a lot of money tied up now in the crease between Demko and Lankinen. When they signed Lankinen long term, earlier this year, a lot of us thought that spelled the end for Demko. I mean, Lankinen had to be the starter this year. Demko missed the bulk of the season, and he played really well for them. And he gets a contract that is paid like a starter. So, like, now they've got, it's almost $14 million or something tied up in goaltending. Like, that's just a lot of cap allocation to the position. Are they going to trade Lankinen now? I don't know. Clearly, Demko is not going anywhere. His 3-year extension for that kind of money with a no-move clause, they, obviously they have every intention of him staying in Vancouver. So it's just good goaltender, like really good when he's at the top of his game and he's healthy. So if we knew that he was going to be that, I'd have absolutely zero issue with this. It's just a little confusing based on how they already paid Lankinen not long ago. And now they have a lot of money in that position. They're a team in transition as well. So it's like, I just wonder about cap allocation and all that. I do have some concerns. The other big contract they announced today, which we had heard about ahead of time that was likely going to be done, it's official now. Conor Garland's extending in Vancouver on a 6-year extension at $6 million. So a 6x6 deal, $36 million. Again, in the first 3 years, full no move. In years 4, 5, and 6, that no move changes to a 15-team no trade. So it opens up some more flexibility, but I don't understand all these no move clauses. I really am a firm believer that should be reserved for your top players. If you're not like a first line player, top line forward, or maybe a really good second liner, or maybe a top D, or your top, you should only have maybe a couple of players that have this on your team. And some teams just have way too many. I mean, Conor Garland, for this contract and with the way the team is structured now, he's probably going to be hopefully a good second liner for them. But it's not even so much a dig at Garland. It's just that I can't believe how easily these teams hand these out. But Garland's role is going to be, I think, that much more important, especially with the expected Besser departure. I'm not sure how they're going to go about things. I mean, Pia Suter is still talking to the Canucks. He may be back, but more likely not. So interesting to say the least. But the Canucks have signed a couple of key players, long-term, big money. And, well, we'll see how things work out. I mean, all in all, like I said, this is just a team that's kind of in transition here. So I'd be curious to see how everything plays out. Thomas Nosek staying in Florida. Another piece of the band stays together. 1 year at league minimum, $775. Tony Deangelo is staying with the Islanders as well after a brief appearance last year, coming back to the NHL. Tony had a decent production level with them in his part season, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. He signs a 1-year deal at 1.75. I have no problem with that. He's a decent option on the back end who can help you produce some offense. Martin Fehevary in Washington signs a long-term deal. This was one of the first ones announced earlier today. This was also something that we had heard about through the grapevine that could be coming down the pipe. 7-year deal, $6 million per season. He gets a 15-team no trade in years 2, 3, and 4. 5 and 7, it goes from a 15-team down to 10. So that a little bit more reasonable. At least it's not a full no move. I mean, give them some flexibility, block a few teams. Okay, that's just a little bit more leeway. So in the first year, there's nothing, and obviously age plays a role in what they're allowed to have as well for trade protection. And the Calgary Flames have confirmed they're bringing back Joel Hanley on a 2-year extension at $1.75 million. There's a bunch of other rumors and speculation for contracts of players that may stay, may hit the market. We're hearing Jake Allen is talking to the Devils, but no guarantee that he stays. I feel like they made some progress, but with the market opening here soon, that could change in a hurry. Adam Gaudette's still talking to the Senators, but I believe he's going to take a peek at the market before he decides. So I suspect he's probably going to get more term than what Ottawa will give him, but we'll have to wait and see on that. Same goes for goalie Anton Forsberg out of Ottawa. Belief is after the Muriel contract yesterday that he will be on the move today. Christian Dvorak's name is not a name you would expect to be in high demand, but the center market has become a lot more thin. So his stock has risen. He's not expected back in Montreal, and there is a bunch of teams out there after him. So he's going to maybe be a prime candidate to get overpaid. Same thing with Pia Suter. We'll see on that front. But a bunch of other speculation out there. We'll have to wait and see what happens. There could be a lot more big extensions today as well. Jack Eichel, Kirill Kaprizov, Connor McDavid, just among some of the top superstars in the league that are eligible to sign a long new extension with their team, and we'll see what happens. Not all of it may come today. Obviously, there's no big rush. We saw players like Leon Draisaitl not sign until, I think it was early September last year. So very well could drag on a bit, but we'll see what happens. Let me know your thoughts on these contracts. I'll be back with more later to discuss further. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and stick around. We'll keep you up to date with all the news, rumors, and analysis of all 32 NHL teams. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time.